Imagine living in a place where you would have to walk hours and miles just to get enough water for you and your family. The water is not drinkable, but it's the only source of H2O you have, and there's no other choice but to drink it or die. Maybe dying is going too extreme, but there's situations in developing countries where dying is normal. This speech is important because it not only informs you on the water we consume, but also makes you ponder on how lucky the United States is in having the resource available with just turning a knob. Many other countries don't know when their next glass of clean water will be. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of conserving water. I have experienced walking a short distance to gather water from my grandmother to make a simple soup. Why? Because there was no direct pipe to her home. I have also attended a presentation in the building of the Environmental Protection Agency where they informed me on how simple it is for the water to reach our home, and especially in Georgia, how easy and clean our water is to get. Today, I will also explain how the process of water it is in comparison of others, and how difficult it is for other countries to obtain water, and how many lives will be changed if they only had access to water. Now that we are aware that we have the advantage of getting water with just the turn of a knob, let us see how it is done. I will show you a diagram that explains how Georgia gets water and how simple it is for them to reach. From the home, we see that it is going through a filtration process, which there is many chambers of how it is filterized. It goes through a primary where the solids are deposited, and then it goes through a chlorine process, and how then after that we can reach it to our homes back to reuse. It is important to know that the water that we use is recycled, and not many of us can have that access in other countries. Water conservation is most effective and environmental sound way to reduce our demand for water. Using less water also puts less pressure on our sewage treatment facilities and uses less for water heating. There are many effective ways to conserve water in and around our homes. One example is water your lawn only when you need it. Step on the grass, and if it springs back when your foot is on the grass, it doesn't need water. Many of us think that watering a lawn daily will help it grow, but technically, grass doesn't need that much water. We can also install water-saving shower heads or flow restrictions. It saves up to 500 to 8 gallons per month. We can also see how if you use a broom instead of a hose to clean your driveway or in sidewalks, you save up to 150 gallons or more each time you use them. Capture tap water while waiting on hot water to come down the pipes. Also allows you to save up to 200-300 gallons per month. Don't water the sidewalks, driveways, or gutter. Adjust sprinklers so that the land on the lawn or garden where it belongs will also water the sidewalk, and that will save you 500 gallons per month. Conserving water is important because we know that water is limited and it's not a resource that you can find easily. Now that you understand how water gets to our home and how we can save water, let's discuss on how developing countries obtain their water. Developing countries struggle to get water to live. More than 3.4 million people die each year from water, sanitation, and hygiene-related causes. Nearly all deaths, 99%, occur in developing worlds. Developing countries are countries that are not as technical as the United States, China, or countries like that. How people in Africa get their water, it's simple. Until 6 years ago, many kids had to travel over 6 kilometers to the nearest river to get a couple of liters for their normal day. There's no single solution in ensuring gains access to water, says the UK charity WaterAid. So it is impossible to say general terms whether it is a good idea for a private, public, or communicating organizations to be involved in the delivery and management services. Each circumstance should be looked at individual and sustain poor, affordable, and sustainable solutions found in the community. Knowing the struggles that people in developing countries go through to get a glass of water should inspire us to change our lives. Conserving water is important in the United States, but how can water change the lives of those that don't have it? The Water Project knows that when a well is installed in a village, girls return to school, women begin small businesses, men are no longer sick to work, fields are watered, and food supplies become more reliable. Health returns, and children grow up to be a productive member of their community. The cycle of poverty is broken. Lives are changed. It will make lives easier and maybe brings a meaning back to life. When you understand that we take water for granted while others wish for it every night, it makes a difference. We can make a difference by doing the steps that I had previously discussed, but also by donating to foundations that would develop nations obtaining water. Conserving water does not only help lower water bills, but also conserves the planet's water for those unfortunate. To wrap things up, today I have explained how important water is, what the process of obtaining water for the United States and developing countries, as well as how water can change lives. Now that you know how important it is and how life-changing it can be, you should start making changes in your life and take in consideration how we get water so easy and how 1 in 8 people don't have any water to drink.